Hi guys, I thought it was long overdue that I review and compare this Duomo. I have had it since the early part of November and I have been using it pretty much non-stop, occasionally switching it out for something for maybe a holiday party, but generally on my day-to-day life I've been using this all the time in the last 2 months and a little bit over. So I thought, I know so much about it now. I've used it, I've loved it, I've done many things with it. It even came with me to get a root canal. So anyway, I do know a lot about the bag and I thought I would tell you what I know. I know a lot of people have been asking me to compare it to a Bllomsbury. And a few of my videos before, I talked about how I had a Bllomsbury PM and it was stolen, and this whole giant story behind that, and how I didn't really want to replace that one with a new Bllomsbury because it just left a bad taste in my mouth with the whole situation, although I love that bag. And so I was waiting for something new to come out, and when this was slated to arrive, I got all excited and made a video about it. I will try to link those below if I can remember to do so. So anyway, I finally got the bag, sight unseen. I had never laid eyes on it in person before. I only had one blurry picture to go by. But I bought it. I knew the dimensions. You know, I had the good idea of everything that it would hold. I had a great, at least a decent idea about it anyway. So I bought it sight unseen. Video on that, me opening it for the first time and being excited and iffy all at the same time. Well, now that I decided to keep her, obviously, and now that I've used this lovely bag, I have things to say. So basically, to remind you of this bag, if you have not seen the others or if you've never seen this bag before, this is called the Duomo, and there is also a Duomo satchel from years back that is still, I don't think it's still available, no. But you might see those on websites, but that's a Duomo satchel. This is a Duomo, and I will list the dimensions of all the bits and pieces you need to know of the dimensions. I will be listing that below, and I will probably pop that in here somewhere. But basically, I have learned that this bag holds so much more than the Bllomsbury, yet it feels and behaves the same, if that makes any sense at all. When it's on my body, it's extremely comfortable. I had the Bllomsbury for one day. I was walking around Paris that day and I did a lot of shopping. So I did a lot of walking and a lot of shopping around, so I really got a good feel for it, and I did love that bag. I especially love the front pocket of the Bllomsbury, which this does not have. Another thing with the Bllomsbury, it definitely fit a compact fold-up umbrella down on the bottom, which I was pleased to find out actually because I thought it might rain that day, so I had that with me and it fit and I was happy about that. But I will show you that that definitely fits in here also. So comparing the two, Bllomsbury PM to this, I would say this probably fits more like what would fit in a Bllomsbury GM. I think that's what it's called, the GM. MM, I think it's a GM. Anyway, which I don't even know if they sell anymore, but this is so much bigger actually in use than the Bllomsbury PM. And I think that's mostly due to the Bllomsbury has that thin tapering, down to like almost a point at the bottom, whereas this, of course, has this triangular base. And that really has a lot to do, I believe, with the interior space. So not only that, I think it's adorable the way that this looks. It reminds me of an Artsy, which I also have. But there is the bottom of the bag, and it has 4 feet, and I like the design on it. Some people are iffy on that, but I do really like that design. So, generally speaking, there isn't really a front or a back. It looks the same in both directions. And these can flip over to whichever side you like. I always tend to wear it with the buckle behind me. So I will always wear it like this. Well, but I always wear it crossbody. And this is another thing I'd like to compare to the Bllomsbury. I only had it the one day, but I remember being a little concerned because as I was walking around Paris with the Bllomsbury, as I walked and my leg moving each time, for some reason it's tended to make this scissor back and forth more on me. And that, especially with like a, without a cloth here, if I was just wearing a t-shirt or something, that started to bother me. I kept having to pull it over like this. It would move its way over and scissor back and forth. This one, I've not noticed doing that. Of course, it has been winter, and I probably have not been wearing as many open type tops, but I still have not ever noticed having to pull it over or having that bother me. I don't know if that's just something that would happen on me and not others, but anyway, that was my observation that I do recall having happened. So anyway, here is the bag. I use it as this is the front, basically. Has the 2 zippers with the pulls, as you probably already know. Unzip, which I will be honest with you, I pretty much leave it unzipped all the time, and I find that very convenient. especially without that front pocket on the very front of the bag, or any pocket on the front of the bag. I'm all the time just wanting to reach and grab my phone, reach and grab my lip gloss, whatever. And the interior is very, very easy to navigate. We have the one large pocket here, there, and then we have these two other small slip pockets on that side. And that is absolutely perfect for me. I always put my cell phone on the larger one, and any like things I'm going to mail or something on that side, and then lip gloss and a face powder go on the other. So actually I never usually carry that in my bag. I'm going to show you what I normally carry in this bag, and in doing so, you can see there's plenty of room. But this is what I usually carry. My cell phone, which is not here with me at the moment. I have lip products in here, as you can see. I have 4. The Kat Von D, a YSL, a Bite, and a Bite. In this pocket here, I have an Urban Decay face powder that is perfectly in there, and that's it for that. Cell phone on the other side. Other things I carry is my wallet, this little Pichette, little doodads and whatnots, things you need. You know how that goes. My glasses case, demi azure. This is the size, and my little clay with my card keys and so forth attached. Flops on the bottom. I have this little mini thing of Advil. I usually don't have that in there. So anyway, that is what I normally carry in the bag. Here it is empty. Okay, I will put all that back and show you what else you can put in this bag. And that's the thing about it. I would think that the things I have in here now, if I recall precisely, which I may not be perfectly precise about the recollection, but I remember it being much, smaller, the Bllomsbury being much smaller than this, so I'm very pleased at all the extra room I have. This to me is a perfect amount of stuff that I carry. It's got everything I need, plus I have tons and tons of space. So here's what I can do. I will add other things to it and show you what else fits. If you're one to carry around an agenda, this is a small agenda. You can just plop that in there. I really have to be very careful about how I place things, to be perfectly honest. A compact umbrella easily just fits right in there. You can fit down the side if you like. A water bottle, decent sized. You can fit right down there on the side also, and it still closes. You can put, this is a full size, not the new model, but the other model of Pichette accessoire with the leather handle. I use it as a pochette in my bag sometimes with extra things that I need. This full size one also fits in there. And if that isn't enough, you can also, this is a full-size cashmere scarf that I put around my shoulders and use sometimes as a jacket. If I'm shopping in the winter and I just want to run from my car and I don't want a coat in the mall, I can shove that in there too. And voila, yes, this is a lot of stuff, and yes, this is tight. However, it does zip. Now, I never carry this much, but I love to know that I can if I wish to. And this is how that kind of looks. It kind of dips down a little bit in the middle there, and that's how that looks. So anyway, it is possible to put just so much stuff in this bag. And again, full-size pochette, scarf, full-size wallet, umbrella, agenda, sunglasses case, full bottle of water, mini pochette. This is not even the mini pochette. This is like this is bigger than the other mini pochette. This is a pochette that came with my bucket bag, like in 2007. So the mini pochette is more, I'm gonna go with like that size, and this is even bigger. My keys, key fob thing, and then my face powder and my lip things. And that is the bag. So basically, I was looking at my notes to make sure I didn't forget to say anything. I've had a lot of questions, people wanting me to compare. I can also show you these exact same items put into a Speedy. I have a Speedy 30 here. I bought this on that same trip. I bought this in the Bllomsbury that was stolen. Anyway, I'll put all these same things in there. The full-size pochette, the smaller pochette, the wallet, agenda, glasses case, keys, umbrella, full-size water bottle, and scarf. full, but it fits, and there's a little bit more room for something else. And this is in a 30. This is a Speedy 30. And obviously this zips perfectly fine. I also have a Speedy 25 here. Let's see what happens there. This is a Speedy 25 in the Epi leather. They no longer sell this one. It's in the black with the silver hardware, in case you're wondering. I love this bag. Let's try to do this in some sort of a better order. Okay. Full-size Pichette. I'm not sure about this working. Medium Pichette. We might have to be a little bit more careful on how we place things. Full-size wallet. I'm starting with the larger things at the bottom, and I'm just kind of lining them up. Let's go with the agenda next. See if I can stick that along the side there. Sunglasses case. You can maybe lay that on top, because I'm going to need the sides for the water bottle. Umbrella. Okay, here's a water bottle. It's not going to zip with the water bottle in there. Oops. I don't think this is going to work so well. You might be able to finagle things just a... Okay, there we go. A little more, but this will not zip for sure. And then I guess you can stuff that in there. Oh, keys. Still keys, and I don't have my lip glosses or anything in there, my face powder. So, Speedy 25. Bursting out the top. Truly don't know if I can get anything more in there. Okay. So actually, the Duomo definitely fits more than a Speedy 25, and it's a tiny bit smaller than a Speedy 30. So that's a very, I would say, good comparison for people who have these two bags or one or the other and can get an idea of what you can fit in this bag. So anyway, I am so happy to take any questions you might have. I know that this is sometimes a difficult decision to make, and you want to make sure you make the right one. So if there's anything I can do to help you out with any of this, more than happy to do so. I have to say I am loving this bag. I was iffy at first. I just wasn't sure. Then I started using it. It's very comfortable. Fits along the body well. I'll stick some sort of a on my body shot here. And it's comfortable. It works for my life. I live in the Chicago area of the United States. And right now it's like, 0 degrees and snowing outside, and many times it's rainy, and we have beautiful weather too, but we do have our share of wet and snowy weather. And this bag is perfect for it because of the all-weather leather and the coated canvas. And being that it's canvas, it's light enough that when you add a whole bunch of things, it doesn't make it terribly heavy on your shoulder. I carry it with the strap on the longest setting. There are 5 settings because I always use it crossbody, but if I put it on the shortest setting, it works perfect as a shoulder bag, and it looks cute as a shoulder bag too, whereas I would say maybe the Bllomsbury would not, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, that is how I feel about it, and I just wanted to share with you because I've had a lot of questions, and I know it's good to know all you can. So anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching this craziness, and I will talk to you soon, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye.